Okay, today we're going to go and look at why a horn doesn't work on a 2005 Silverado. Here we can see we have a relay, and then we have a fuse for the horn. So what I did to troubleshoot this, both 30 and 85 should have 12 volts associated with them. And so I came over to the fuse block and I pulled out the fuse, and so I was able to stick in this pick, and I put a light bulb on and touched the metal pick to ground, and the light bulb turned on. So that meant 12 volts was here, and then 12 volts was on the other side, which is pin 85. So both of those had 12 volts, which was what I was expecting. So then what I wanted to do is inject 12 volts here on pin 87. So I took the positive terminal from the battery, and I hooked a little jumper wire in here on this pick, and the horn went off, which that's directly feeding the horn. And then what I did is I put the relay back in here, and I put it in so where it was kind of like down on the right side, a little bit up on the left side. And then I was able to get this pick in here and touch this pin 86 and ground that, and that turns on the relay, and then the horn should also go off again. So when I ground this, it's like pushing the horn button on the steering wheel. So I was having grounding issues on my steering wheel. So we're going to go over and look at the steering wheel next. So here's the steering wheel. Before you play around with the airbag, you want to pull off the negative terminal on your battery. Make sure you only got one battery in the vehicle, so there's no more power going to the vehicle. And then what you do is you just come over here. I just got my Allen wrench kit, and there's a little hole in here. So I put that into the hole and push that in a little bit, and then the left side of this airbag kind of popped out. Then I went over to the right side. There's a hole on that side, and did the same thing, and basically this airbag then comes out right there. Once you get to that point, there is this little connector here. I've already taken this out already just to see what it was looking like, but basically I pulled on this white piece of plastic hard enough to where this pops out, and then this is your ground that rubs on the steering wheel when it's turning. So if this thing is not making a good ground connection when you're pushing down on the horn won't go off. And then these let's see, these are on the right and left side. These are like little springs, so when you push down on your steering wheel, that makes a ground, and so that completes the ground. So you got one on the right and you got one on the left. You can push that down and you can see they're moving, and that's basically gonna make this end right here into ground. So what I did is my spring was kind of smashed, so I extended or stretched out the spring, basically pull the top and bring it up in the air, and actually you can probably hold the top over here and then pull the spring from the bottom and stretch it to where you're putting more distance in the spring. I think originally my spring, 3 of these things were all smashed together, so it's going to put more force down here when you insert it back into the steering wheel column. And so I'm going to put that back together here. Let's see if I can, yeah, I guess you just kind of push that until it snaps. So let me shut off the camera and push that in. I'll be right back. Okay, so I put that back in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to touch this airbag anymore, but I'm going to go hook up the negative terminal real quick and see if the horns work. So here's the end result. I put in the airbag horn assembly, and it clicked back in there and stuff, and hooked up the battery and stuff. But as you can see, the horn works on both sides. So success. Hope you liked the video.